Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where I am joined once again by none other, the inimitable YST. How are you doing, man?
How's it going, Mr. Nubby? For once, we're actually not on the test server for a collab. What an amazing scene.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Oh wow, it's been a
Yeah.
while. Yeah, we're doing a
Yeah.
regular server collab. I want to dive into YST's mind and dive into my own mind as well. I guess we want to talk about our most wanted champions. I think it's always a fun topic, right? Keep you guys up to date with what we're looking for, what we're hoping for. All that fun stuff. So we're going to be talking about our top 5 most wanted Void legendaries and our top 5 most wanted non-Void legendaries as well. I'm figuring there's going to be a little bit of overlap, but we'll see exactly how much there is, and we'll find out together. But yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm just looking at your sacred shards. Like, you could probably sew in everything you want right now.
I wish. I'm actually going to be pulling my Voids tomorrow
Oh,
for
nice.
Cardiel Yumiko. I'm going to be doing it. I worked it out. I went back to my old videos and I had to watch them through and see how many voids I actually pulled. So I'm 150 into Mercy. So if I pull 70, I'll get a void legendary. That's the plan tomorrow, which is part of why I prompted this video. But yeah, because I better get something good. Oh my god, imagine.
Talk it into existence.
Oh yeah, 220 void shards and then freaking Angar pops out and you're just you're
Oh,
crying. They're a year down the drain. Anyway, do you want to start us off? Your choice of void or non-void. Who is
yeah.
your first most wanted champion?
Okay, so my most wanted champion out of everyone in the game is actually Angor. Not joking. All right, no.
Let us
So,
know in the comments if anyone actually wants an Angar. Oh my
can you
god.
imagine that? Do you know, like, the way that we scream for Siffies and stuff? Like, oh,
Yeah,
an Angor! There's no way.
yeah, there's some dude who just saw the news this weekend of the 10x events. It's like, oh, feck's sake, like no Angar again. When's my 10x Angar? Come on.
We're waiting for ages.
Yeah.
Oh god. No. Okay. So my first one will actually be somebody that's kind of been evading me, I'd say, since I started Raid, and it's Valkyrie from the Barbarians.
Ooh, very
Yeah.
nice.
So one of the free AoE counterattack champions in Raid, and there's so many things that I love to do with the clan boss. And when you talk about traditional compositions from like a content creator standpoint anyway, I don't really as much need this champion. It's just would be nice to have to enable some specific compositions without relying on unkillable. So I'd say like probably somebody I've just never had the chance to build up teams with ever, and I've just seen everyone with their huge shields, and I'm like, give me that shield, right? But yeah, I think she's very, very cool, very unique with the stuff that she brings. Huge shield, and yeah, Valkyrie definitely on my list.
Nice one. She's actually on my list as well, so
Really?
I'll mark that one off too. Yeah. She was on my list, so it's your turn again. Because yeah, you hit one.
Oh,
That
so
I
okay, wait. So why do you want her then? Because for me, it's just clan boss. Is there like some arena stuff you want her for, or?
Yeah, I think that she's kind of interesting for arena. I've seen some fun builds for her there. I don't need her, but she'd be fun. Mainly it'd be for Hydra. I think there's some really fun things you can do in Hydra with like good resistance or mischief tank teams, so they don't steal the counterattack and. Just going in with a massive shield and counterattack, I think it'll just be fun and different. I really haven't done much because I don't have Martyr or Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I did a bit with Skull Crusher and Hydra. That was fun, but it'd be cool to do more. It's like just a different type of team, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to put Marta on my list, but I feel like Valkyrie was that one that if
Yeah.
player came to me with like a Genzin mask and was like, "Yo, YST, yeah, choose a champion right now, and you can never pull them again," I'm like, "Sorry, Raid, just give me the Valkyrie, and I'll be good to go." So yeah, Valkyrie was that one. So all right, I guess the next one will be King from Tekken, in the Skinwalkers, with Ragash.
Ragash. Yeah.
Guys, it's just an aesthetic thing, okay? I love Ragash because Wolverine, my logo, of course, I love it. But then also my favorite character from Tekken has come to Raid, and it's like, I really wish I could have got him in the guaranteed. I just couldn't do it, didn't have the shards for it. But yeah, man, really cool champion as well, though, because with the way that he brings like the damage slash CC, I'm kind of a fan of those hybrid champions that can bring the best of both worlds sometimes. Like bringing in like the drop defenses, the stuns, he hits pretty hard. And I feel like he'll just be a really cool champion to switch up teams in like the Doom Tower or some defensive compositions in Go Second teams in Arena. And I think just for like the fun sake of it, I'd love to have Ragash, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I use him in Doom Tower hard a lot.
Yeah.
He's very good. Nice, nice. All right. Good choice. My next one is one I think that you have, which
Okay.
is Michinaki. I think you've got Michinaki, right?
Yes, the Ghost Rider himself. He's cool.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to be one of my most wanted champions. I still think his smile looks weird. I don't like this smile. He just,
Yeah, I think they should have just left it like a hole, like his eyes maybe.
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah,
empty.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. He's got a good toothpaste in him. He's got the pearly whites, but he's an absolute beast of a champion. He's so good. Coming in with the AoE with Hex and also buff strip, then AoE decrease defense weaken, A1 with the burn, and joining in the ally attack whenever enemies under Hex are attacked. Like, this guy is so good for Hydra in particular. He's part of so many of the top teams because he's pumping out the Hexes, the burns, lots of damage from ally attack. He hits really hard. So it's mostly a Hydra thing I want this guy for. I love me some Hex champions.
That's Do you know what it is? It's weird because when I first got him, right, I was just thinking, yo, Demon Lord Clan Boss, he was in my team for a very long time, and he still would have been, but I did one showcase with Ronda, and I've just never switched the gear back.
Oh,
So Ronda's kind of in that position. But very similar, in my opinion, because of the way that the passive works, right? Like, every single time that he's attacked while under a hex, there's a chance to, or when they attack, a chance to team up with the allies attack. I think Ronda's on a 15% chance, but this one's conditional of having a hex. So, but yeah, very, very strong because A1 does have that burn, and burn is one of the best things for the Hydra boss. So
yeah.
I would actually love to re-gear and dedicate my Michinaki to just Hydra and seeing how it can play out. Yeah, 100%. Maybe pairing with a Kempton could be a good one.
Oh, yeah. I actually pulled
Yeah.
Kempton recently. I'm building him up on my my main now too. Fun. All
Yeah.
right. You want to dive in with number 3 for you?
I feel like I sound like a broken record at this point, but it's gonna be Nekmofor. Probably my biggest regret in terms of guaranteed events. And I feel like this one champion would change the whole dynamic of my Hydra boss and make me full auto instead of manual.
Yeah.
Right now is very manual play, trying to pick and choose the heads. The AI of Geomancers are shambles, and it's just, you know what I mean? It all goes
Yeah.
off. But I feel like Netmofar just kind of enables you click auto, you speed tune, you're good to go on most of the rotations anyway. Basically, it comes down to not worrying about decreased attack debuffs, right? Talk about Head of Wrath smacking you all the time. You got no issues with that A1 skill. Also on the A2, decreased speed. We got leech debuffs allowing you to heal by the damage inflicted. We're increasing our speed. We're increasing turn meter, granting extra turns. Like, what does this dude not bring, right? And then he's got a very good passive as well with filling this turn meter by 5% when a debuff or is it removed, sorry. So it's just like, put him in the lead position with an Inquisitor Shamail. You're going forever, right? With that A1 dealing those War Master procs. This dude is just busted. Like, has to be one of the best legendaries in the game, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is the what this is probably out of all the out of all the guaranteed champions, maybe even I've done, this guy is probably the one that I would choose if I had to lose them all. If Polarium said we're taking all of those away, you can keep one of them. I'd probably be keeping Nekmothar, maybe Sissia for Spider Farm, but Nekmothar would be, if not second, he'd be first. Like, this guy's nuts.
Oh, he's very, very good. Like, even talk about, imagine if he was your first ever pull on your account, if you started a fresh free to play.
Oh.
This dude is like speed auras, turn meter feels like, talk about arena, Doom Tower, everything you think about in progression and also carries to the end game. And I feel like champions like that in this game hold a lot of value, right? Because it doesn't matter when you pull them, they're going to have value somewhere. So, yeah, huge fan.
Yep, he is insane. All right, my next one, a similar champion actually, and similarly one who got away, which is Lady Kimi. So I remember she was one of the very first guaranteed champions they ever did, and of course at the time, I was much earlier in the game, and I certainly wasn't saving up shards like I do nowadays. So there was no chance I could get a Lady Kimi, but it was always that, what if I did have the shards? Visually, I think she's awesome. I love the sort of ivory lacquer armor. I don't even know what it is, but looks cool. But yeah, she's just like him. She comes in, she's got the AoE decrease speed, she's got the AoE increase speed with turn meter. I think where she would shine for me in particular, I think for some fun arena teams, while also being good in Hydra. She's got a bit of a longer cooldown, but she does bring the increased accuracy. So over going into arena, speed boosting your team with increased accuracy. She's got the decreased speed, decreased accuracy. I think she's just a great like turn meter manipulator that also brings the accuracy gameplay as well.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, no, that was actually my next pick.
Oh.
Yes, it's very odd that, do you know, in hindsight, like when the guaranteed events come out, we kind of second guess ourselves, like, oh, do we really want this guaranteed champion? Is it worth the investment? But for us to be sitting here and saying that our most wanted champions are guaranteed champions, it does show that like the ones that they choose are good for players, I guess, in hindsight. Because literally, what? Nekmo Far, one of my most wanted, Ragash, Lady Kimi, all of them were guaranteed champions and I could have attained them, but I'm broke, man. No, if you want to sponsor me, I can't afford these guaranteed events. 50 grand for a Lady Kimi, I can't, man. As much as I'd like to.
Yo, dude, I'll give you $5,000 to get yourself a Saoirse, the Chard. How about that? How about that for a bargain?
Do you know what? I can go on a nice 5-star trip to Disneyland, stay in the Disneyland hotel with my kids, have an amazing time.
Nah, you can't
Why would I do that when you can get a Saoirse, right?
So much better. The kids will thank you when they're older. They'll understand.
I'll show them a picture of my Saoirse. I'll put it on my wall.
In the vault. Oh dear.
Okay.
But no, I totally agree. I think the funny thing is with the guaranteed stuff, it's like people get the sort of narrative is people get really angry when they increase the cost of the guaranteed events. But the reality is that actually the original guaranteed events were priced exceptionally low. Like they were such good value, like no brainer value. And they've been making them more of like an even, like maybe it's worth, maybe not. But like even still, they tend to be pretty good. The 20 sacreds was a tiny bit high, but for a great champ. So, but yeah, I mean, realistically,
if you was to put like, you know that Raid is gonna be greedy regardless, right? They're gonna inflate their prices and stuff. What do you think? Like, is a flatline decent amount for a guaranteed champion in 2023? Like something that you'd be like, do you know what? This is okay, like a middle ground. Would you say that like that 13 to 15 mark? Somewhere around
sacreds? There. Yeah, I feel like see the thing is that people look at it in terms of can they actually save up those shards, and also you've got a lot of people looking at it in terms of how much will it cost me to buy those shards, which is not the way I look at it at all, but it is how a lot of people look at it. So in that case, they obviously want it to be much lower. I mean, when you think about the fact that how many shards does it take to get like a legend? Like if you think about for a void shard, right? It 1 in 200. In a 2x event, it's an extra 1 in 200. So it's a bit like 200 shards roughly to get a legendary. With ancient, same thing, 200 roughly. I think it's 16 point something, actually lower than that with sacreds because mercy kicks in earlier. But like it's a lot of shards to get a legendary. So I think if it's 200 like it's dumb because how the heck do you get 200 voids? But seriously, 200 voids for a guaranteed legendary is actually pretty reasonable when you think about it. Like 200 for a random one or 200 for a specific one. The advantage of the specific one is,
I've been playing for 3 years. I have never had more than 100 voids at one given time.
Oh yeah,
never.
I mean, same. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I don't know.
Same. I mean, that's the issue is that they're so scarce and they're so costly to buy. It's ridiculous. But like, if I was a game designer coming in, number one, I'd be like tripling at least the amount of void shards you get, and then checking it, and then maybe increasing it more. But like realistically, I think the fair number for a guaranteed is probably about 200 for voids and ancients. That's probably a pretty good deal. And then obviously, if you don't want the champion, you skip it. But
I've only ever done one guaranteed event in my whole life, and it was Genzin.
Oh really? I actually, that's one I regret missing as well, because that was a really cheap one, and he's a cool champ. He's really good.
Yeah, it was cheap back then. It was like 111 or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, it was like one.
It was so annoying, right? I went and I summoned like all my shards, right? I spent a bunch of money, and I was like, yo, I'm going for Genzin this weekend. I got absolutely nothing. I moaned about it in the CC chat, and then literally 2 days later, guaranteed Genzin. It was weird because we had a guaranteed Vizier event.
Yeah.
That same week or the week after was like another guaranteed, and it was Genzin. I was like, Raid, you're out here trying to get me. And they got me.
Yeah, they had the two really close back to back, but relatively low shard costs. Yeah, and they're both good deals. Neither of them is a necessary champion, but they can still do cool things, and they show up in teams from time to time. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we?
Back to the
Back to the topic. Oh man. If anyone is still watching and subscribed to Nub Raids after saying that 200 shards is actually, objectively a fair amount, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. None. You can't handle the truth. Going into Undead, and it's Mashald.
Ooh,
old school champion who got a really big buff back in the day. Yeah, it's mostly just for Hydra. I think he's like such a fun champ for Hydra, so that's what I'd want him for. Right, he comes in, he increased speed for your team, so that covers one of the most important buffs to have, putting out Leech on everyone, and then he's just slamming, right? This A1, because it attacks enemies under Leech it's individual single target hits, so it doesn't get the damage reduced by the Hydra passives that reduce AoE damage. So he just pumps out tons of damage, right? He's just increasing your speed, and he's pumping out tons and tons of damage. He keeps healing himself tons, and he's just a fun champ. It's simple, but really fun, and actually extremely effective. So yeah, like I'd want him. It's mostly just a fun thing, but also quite nifty for Hydra. So Mashald would be. Yeah.
That's an interesting pick. No, he is really good. I'd say he's a bit slept on nowadays. But if you think about his actual kit as a whole, he's very, very strong. Like I remember when I pulled him, that Value of the Truth is and the Doom Tower is like, they never take a turn because of all those extra turns, right? So, yeah, man. Really cool champion. Great for clan boss as well.
Yeah. All right. What's your next one?
Next one is going to be Mighty Ukko, a fusion that I passed up on.
Ooh.
And it basically came down to there was just like, this is when like the inflation of fusion started to kick in. I felt there was like Lanafaro, there was Nagorio, and then Morrigan, and then Mighty Ukko, and there was like epic, legendary, traditional. It was all back to back for me, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the resources, right? I didn't have the shards, and I was like, when I seen the points for one of the champion trainings, it just really put me off at that point. But then in hindsight, he was somebody that I do regret, because I think if I really did push, I could have got it done. But probably one of the best fusions to come out of Raid, in my opinion, in terms of arena, for my Go Second arena comps, or for the Hydra boss.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. It's something that, doing the fusion guides, I've really started to notice as well. Like the last 6 months or so, really made it so much worse to do these fusions. Like the shard cost going way up, not being able to miss any events and everything, like, and lots more fusions as opposed to fragments recently too. It's been a pretty negative move, but yeah, Mighty Ukko, to be fair, is extremely, extremely good. He's really strong fusion, like you said. Yeah, great. The for thing Hydra is, like,
with the fusion stuff, like I think if they were just like a little bit more transparent in the fusion guides, do you know the one that comes out on the template?
Yeah,
I think if they're a bit more transparent in that, I think there'll be a lot more negative feedback, because then players can see it, know what's kind of coming up, and then be like, oh, can I do this or not? The worst feeling ever is like when you go in, you get hit by a summon rush, and it's like, oh, God.
That's true.
But
it would be cool. It would be cool if they showed you, like, fusion calendar, and here's how many points everything's going to be at. So, you could see the summon rush and the champ chase and go, oh, that's how much it's going to be. That'd be nice.
It wouldn't happen though. It's me dreaming.
They just want to force people to buy shards, right? People get caught out, they're invested, and then they buy.
Yeah.
So they don't.
So would you say that Mighty Ukko is like one of the best fusions to come out of last year? He's got to be right. Alongside, for me, my favorite one was actually Nishak Verminlord, but that's just a personal thing.
Yeah,
he's very strong, this Mighty Ukko. I think for like more endgame players, very, very good.
Yeah, like I use Mighty Ukko in Arena all the time. It's really cool stealing their passives, great buff strip and the revive. Yeah, the beast. And you could
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata, indeed. Okay, so my next one, actually my last one, is a recent rise to the top of the pile, which is Teela Goremane.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Angar, but I'm so happy to hear Teela. No, wait, do you remember our last collab when I was telling you about Teela? You're like, I'd never use a Teela. Like, she's I think we did a video like champions we don't want.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And now, fast forward, guys. Look at this. Look at the change in tone.
I know. I got my wish. I don't have a Teela, and now I'm sad that I wish for that. But Teela's amazing. So she got a solid resist aura, but coming in with AoE burn with then continuous heal on your team, 3-turn cooldown, then extending the burn and also putting out Leech and Hex, even stealing buffs in her A1. Like, she's so insanely good for Hydra and super auto friendly as well. You just put her in full auto, she burns everything, she's hexing everything. Just amazing, right? She's basically Geomancer, but way better, and works on auto. So yeah, I think Brutal, Nightmare, Hydra, this champion's insane. Yeah.
I think she does the continuous heal on the A3, right? AoE.
The A2, yeah, two
A2.
turns. Yeah.
I think she's going to be a very good pairing for Oella.
Yes.
Hydra.
Oh yeah, they're insane. And she brings a resistance aura that's usable on Hydra that almost no other champions have a good resistance aura for Hydra. I think they're probably
because
yeah.
That's the problem with Oella, right? Because hers is only for dungeons, but I feel like someone like a Teela will really add to that a lot with the increased resistance buff on top. So yeah, I guess something to note for the future. One day we can use a Teela and a Oella. I didn't go for the fusion though.
Oh, I'm going to get Oella. We'll see if I pull a Teela. I'll run them together. If I get Teela someday, we'll see. Did you have a last one for non-voids, or did we cover them?
I think I covered all of my non-void ones yet.
All right then. When it comes to voids, we just had a little tete-a-tete right there. We actually agree very much so on, well, two of the champions on the list. So YST, do you want to give the grand reveal for the two?
Yes, it'll be the duo in Marichka and Taras from the Bannerlords.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of you guys see the big hurrah about everybody wanting this champion, meta for the arena, so much support, so much damage. Taras being one of the best HP nukers in the game, right? The amount of damage he inflicts that I've been seeing has been astronomical.
I'd say he is the best by a big margin.
So what do you love most about this champion? Have you had much playtesting beforehand, or...
Yeah, I did a video on them from the test server, so I just gave them a run together. I didn't try them much separately, though. But because I kind of figure, like, what are the chances for me to ever get both of them? It's like, I don't think it's ever going to happen, right? But this guy's just insane, right? His damage scales for every buff on allies, and then he also increases those buffs. So he's very like a seer, but he doesn't actually remove the buffs. He makes them better, which is really cool. And also heals himself as well. This is just a massive smack. I do think that he can replace Seer in some teams as well, like for Doom Tower waves and stuff, if you've built him with enough damage and there's enough buffs, which is really good, but just a beast in arena. And then he's got, of course, this passive where he's decreasing enemies' attack. This other passive where he takes half damage. He just takes half damage from skills in arena, which decreases his max HP. But yeah, it's just nuts. He's got the great stun there. Just an insane champion. Ridiculously tanky, and he hits ridiculously hard and makes your team tankier too. So yeah, this guy, he's the real deal, I think.
Yeah, no, he's really cool. Even aesthetic wise, look at him chilling.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
If you could have one, Taras or Marichka, which one would you have? So
that was actually interesting because I mentioned that in a video recently, and a lot of the commenters were saying actually they think Marichka is the better one overall. And I could kind of see that being true. I guess one of the things with Marichka is that Taras he'd probably mostly built for arena, and he might work in Doom Tower and stuff. But Marichka is going to really work everywhere with just a typical build, right? You're going to use her in Hydra, you're going to use her for Doom Tower bosses in arena. So maybe other dungeons like Iron Twins or all that sort of stuff too. I think maybe Marichka might be better. She's got a huge heal, big shield and strengthen. Got a cleanse with turn meter fill that's increasing resistance, can give her extra turns. If she dies, she revives your full team. It's crazy. Just because, why not? Yeah. And she could also put block damage out when bombs go out or poisons or HP break. It's just crazy. Ally attack with their A1 and mini 1, 24% speed in all battles aura. So for me, I think I probably would actually... When I looked at it again, I'd probably pick Marichka first just because she's so versatile. I think, but they're both strong.
That's the thing. When you got two really strong boy champions, it's like, am I really ever gonna pull two? Let us know in the comments, guys. Has any of you got a Marichka and a Taras on your account? I need to know this.
I saw some people that pulled them literally in the same 10 pull back to back. I saw a screenshot of someone got that during the 10x. Yeah,
I'll enjoy my physics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, another physics. Thanks, Ray. Yeah. All right, so that's two for each of us, but we got 3 more picks each. We'll go through them reasonably quick. The things we want and we'll never get. What's your next most wanted void?
The one that you got. Can you guess?
It's got to be Krisk.
Ah, there we go. So, I don't even know what more I could say about this turtle. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This dude is probably, it's weird. Like, I always say, like, who is the best champion in Raid for versatility? And I'm always crossed between him and Duchess, but I still think that Krisk holds the more universal value, I think. He's very strong.
Yeah.
He's very strong. And like decreased speed on the A1s, we've got ally protections, we've got shields, we've got literally continuous heals. Everything is on this champion. Decreased attack, drop defense, increased speeds. Oh my god. How does it feel having a Krisk in your account? Is your Hydra boss runs any better? Are you happy?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was amazing to pull him. It meant that I could do Nightmare Hydra so much sooner than I would have otherwise. Like I could do a still 1-key Nightmare now without a Krisk, but it's like I've got a Krisk, so it was much easier to do. There's no question. This champion is insane. He's just like, for something like Hydra, where you need to bring so much, when you've got a champion like Krisk who brings so much in his kit, really more than anyone. Decreased defense, decreased attack, decreased speed, ally protection, buff extension, healing himself, mischief tanking, the provoke, increased speed for your team. Like, it's just nuts. He's so overloaded. Yeah, so I can.
And his defense space, that's what makes it even better. Is like he's super tanky.
He's so tanky, yeah.
Krisk, one day. Do you know what it is? Do you know when you ask for something for so long and then you just forget that you're even in the game anymore?
Yeah. That's what it feels Duchess. Like I didn't pick Duchess. I kind of just like, you know what?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I've pulled 3 Duchess and none of them were on a 10x. Sorry, bro. I'd give you. Do you know, I would actually give you 2 Duchess for 1 Krisk. Would you do it?
2 Duchess for 1 Krisk. No.
For your only Krisk.
No, I'll keep my Krisk. I can live without a Duchess.
So that shows that you think Krisk is better than Duchess, right?
Yeah, and also because I enjoy having. He's mine. He's my baby turtle. I've got him.
Or maybe we can breed Duchess and a Krisk to make a Barsatha.
Yeah, that's it. Have
you got Barsatha yet? No.
I think he's in here. He's sitting here waiting for CVC. Yeah, he's waiting for CVC. There he is.
The Rat Krisk.
That's right. All right. So my one, I think similarly sort of OP champion. I gotta pick a Frizzia just because she's so ridiculously good for Hydra, for so many bosses. Like nearly every boss in the game. She's just absurd, right? The double hitter max HP hit. The double hitter single target that fully steals their turn meter, then the max HP single hit, which is as strong as anyone else's really, just for a bonus, and then of course half damage from AoE attacks just to throw it on top. Like in terms of just full auto Nightmare Hydra, make it just easy as Frizzia for full auto Dark Fae, Fire Knight, everything anywhere. Frizzia is much the top champ. So.
No, she's crazy. Like, how can you have max HP on every single skill, man?
Yeah.
It's like, no matter what he does, it's just boom, boom, bang. I'd love to have one personally, but dreaming-wise, once again, it's never going to happen. We'll see.
I know. All right, what's your next one?
My next one's going to be a Yumiko from the Shadow Game. I think Yumiko will enable some very cool compositions in the Doom Tower, also in the arena. She's just one of those reset champions that brings so much value. So, look at that, man.
It's busted, yeah. At least you've got a Warlord, right? So at least you've got half of the puzzle in that sense that you can try in arena. But Yumiko is probably on another level in a lot of ways to Warlord even. Yeah,
I feel like it's weird, like with Yumiko, there's something in the kit that I really, really like. I can't recall it off the spot. Which one was it?
She's got like the reflecting debuffs with her Hex. She's got turn meter there. Got the perfect veil and immune to debuffs. Starting off in arena.
You know, it's so weird because sometimes I actually feel like she doesn't have a partner skill. I forget that Karate Fox Hunter exists.
Yeah, I mean, she barely gets better if he's there, and he gets so much better when she's there. So she steals turn meter. When they
that was it, yeah. That was what I was thinking. So like in the finite compositions, you know, sometimes when you're bringing in a law and you might not have enough speed or you're trying to boost more damage, she can actually come in those finite teams and actually help with the turn meter reduction alongside the resetting of cooldowns. Yeah. And I feel like it's a bit more stronger for like seer compositions. With my poison explosion, I think it'll be okay with a Kaimar, but if I was building up a seer team, I'd definitely prefer Yumiko.
Yeah, she's nuts. She was my list as well. That was my next one too. He's so good.
I tend to never look at Void Legendaries because I don't pull any.
Yeah, I know.
I just know
you got
so
Jingwan
good.
though. You got Jingwan. He's actually all right now.
All right, guys, this video is about to change. We're now gonna sit and say Jingwan 10,000 times. Who's ready?
Jingwan.
Jingwan.
We're actually doing it. No. Oh dear. Move on quick. What's your last pick?
Last one is going to be a Nekhret the Great from the Undead Horse. Right now, I'm actually using a Ursuga Warcaller. I'm very happy with her. She's enabling what I need her to do. She's soaking up damage. She's doing the protection. But I feel like Nekhret the Great is just like, Ursuga, go eat some more muffins. And then Nekhret come in and basically do the work for me. Like, he just brings ally protection, the shields. It's just, when you face him in arena, you feel that impact, right? And it's like, if only I had this on my team to protect my nukers, it would be such an amazing time. But yeah, Nekhret, mainly just for Go Second Arena comps. I think I'd really love to have this champion.
Yeah, 100%. Like, he's so ridiculous for PvP. He's kind of like the PvP champion in a bunch of ways because it lets you bring in those champions like Baron and the Nutcracker guy, whatever he's called. Lets you bring them in and they don't just die. He's absurdly good, Nekhret. Good.
He looks really cool as well. When I first seen his teaser image, I thought he was going to be Ultimate Death Knight, and then he wasn't.
Oh, yeah. They are similar, aren't they? Now you say. Yeah. He's tickling this poor guy. This poor little undead dude.
Oh, my God. He's dead, and he's shoving his dagger in his face.
No respect. All right. My final one is going to be, I think I'm quite influenced by the 10x I'm pulling for tomorrow because I'm picking Cardiel. Yumiko, Cardiel. Both of them are in there. But Cardiel, this guy, I think he's just insane. A lot of people feel like he's one of the coolest looking champs in the game. I feel he looks a bit derpy. I don't know.
I think he's the worst looking Void Legendary in Raid Shadow Legends. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. I really hate it. I think there's way too much going on. Like, I don't know. But when you look at it, it's just like, I just want to turn it off. But some people really love it. I think it's too much. But
yeah, for me, it's the way he stands. It's just, what way are you standing, mate? That looks so ridiculous. Anyway.
he's trying to squeeze a poo out.
Yeah, he is. Exactly. It's already pooed. He's trying to cover it up. Like, oh no, don't smush it between my legs.
Put a nappy on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he needs. But yeah, I mean, like, he comes in, he's probably the best ally attack champ in the game. Really insane. On top of bringing the cleanse, revive on death as well. And then a ton of healing with his A1 and joining in attacks too over here with the speed aura too. Mostly, again, what I'd want him for is Hydra. I think he's so insane for Hydra. And just really good as well for a bunch of bosses in the game where that ally attack and the healing are so strong. Like in Hydra, you can put him in to replace like a Duchess or a Sifi, and it's like people aren't going to die. He's going to heal them no problem. And he brings so much damage because the ally attack and like War Master procs at these extra hits as well. So much more damage than those champs could. So very, very strong for that. Really good. Yeah. Even if he looks dumb.
Yeah, Cardio is very good. Like, if I was to have him, I'd probably use him in Hydra Boss, or Demon Lord. I wouldn't use him in Arena personally. I don't know. I'd rather see him less than I do see him.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, he's great for Arena as well. Like, he can be really good.
Yeah, he is great, yeah.
But not as meta right now, but I mean, he's still great. But I'd mostly use it for Hydra. Yeah, but like you said, you don't want to see him too much. All right. Well, guys, look, there you go. YST, thank you for joining for the collab today. Hope everyone, you're crossing your fingers for us during our shard pull, so we might get some of these most wanted champs.
I've got no shards. My main account has been... I've got more shards on my free-to-play, which is like just mystery shards than I do on my main account.
That's rough. You'll get there, man. You'll get there eventually. Just keep saving.
When I look at that, I'm so jealous.
I'm gonna pull.
Can I have that one? Give me that one sacred there, please. Just one.
You want me to pull a sacred for you?
Oh no! I was joking. Wait, what is the 10x right now?
The 10x is
Rotos.
I actually don't have either one. But I'm pulling tomorrow for the voids. They're my top 5, right? The Cardiel or Yumiko or Yumiko. I'm not sure how you say it, but I'm gonna pull tomorrow. Maybe
I think you should do one cheeky ancient shot to get a Rotos.
One cheeky ancient. All right, let's do a cheeky ancient for the end of the video.
Dopamine, guys. Let's go.
There we
Rotos.
go.
Oh, I've seen a lag. Do you see that lag?
It's my most wanted. It's Marauder.
Oh my god, you've just broke the game.
Holy shit. AoE
He looks like
attack.
that guy from Tekken, but he's just red.
Nice 15% chance of a stun. He does look a bit, yeah, he looks like he's straight out of a fighting game, for sure. Right.
Next 6-star.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, make sure to check out YST's channel. We're going to be recording a collab for his channel as well a little bit later on. That might be out at the same time as this video, probably. So go and check that out too. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.